welcome back to my channel. Welcome to week 4 of summer school. I cannot believe it's already the 4th week. It's gone by so fast, but I'm also like ready for it to be done. Like, it's been so much fun, but I'm ready for it to be done just because I just need a break. I want to recoup. I'm also like looking so forward to this whole experience of summer school has gotten me so excited for kindergarten just because I haven't done it, and just like kind of like recollecting all the things that I'll be able to do again, and just kind of getting a little like taste of it during the summer school. It's made me so excited for the new year. So even though I'm ready for this year to finally end, I'm also super excited for the next one. And I honestly am that type of person that I don't mind like prepping stuff while I'm at home and everything. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be there every night doing stuff, but I am looking forward to kind of like, while my man's at work and the kids are like busy playing their games or ignoring me, I could kind of just be able to like print my stuff, laminate what I want to, get the first 6 weeks, like 6 to 8, just kind of very like constructed in what I wanted to do. So I'm excited for that. This week, however, we are going into dinosaurs, and I have to admit I was a little upset because Stephanie Trapp did not have a dinosaur unit, and I wasn't gonna do dinosaurs just for that fact because I've gotten so spoiled by her like amazing packs the last couple weeks. But dinosaurs, I just felt like was something so fun for the summer. So what I am gonna do this week, today, Monday, day 1 of dinosaurs, we kind of just went through an overall what dinosaurs are. We established like our schema. What did we already prior know? We did an anchor chart, which I'll show you. So let me show you that now before I move on. Okay, so for my anchor chart, I did do another KWL like I did last week for space, just because I was really hoping for some awesome questions, and I did get them today. So we just did dinosaurs, our prior knowledge. They knew that they had sharp claws, that they eat meat and plants, that they had sharp teeth. One of them said that they eat humans. Another had used extinct, which I was like so proud of that vocabulary, as well as the carnivores and herbivores. I was so excited for that vocabulary. And then they wanted to know how many kinds of dinosaurs are there, how did they get extinct, is there such thing as a scorpion rex? Not sure where that was coming from. And then, can they survive without food? So yeah, you could see that they had like really awesome questions, which I was super excited about, because sometimes it's hard to get them thinking outside of the box. And a lot of the times we get them so trained into doing like, we ask a question and they answer. It's hard for them to do the flip of, here's the question, now let's go find the answer. So that's like the big reason why I like those KWLs, because it does get them to think backwards a little bit. And just kind of makes them curious. And then I find, and for the KWLs, I really like to pick the kids that have a question, but maybe you don't typically think they would enjoy this subject, because I feel like it gets them bought into it more when they're then seeking their answers. So also today, these were our 2 activities we did. Okay, so I did find some awesomeness from Kindergarten Life. Her name is Jessica. And so today, after we had found, from SciShow, I love their videos. They're short and sweet on YouTube, and they're also like very to the point. Within 4 to 5 minutes, like, the kids have really good knowledge that you guys can have discussions with. So we had watched the video on Dinosaur, and it was just very general of like what a dinosaur is. So it was good because it supported everything that we already knew, and then gave us like a couple of things that we didn't know. So we were able to add that to our KWL. And then from it, we also read a book called Dinosaur Bones. It looks like this. I should have had it prepared, I'm sorry. It's Dinosaur Bones. They really liked this one. I had honestly thought it was gonna maybe be like a little too hard, but it actually was like perfect. Like, lengthwise it was perfect, vocabulary wise it was perfect. But it was super cute. They really enjoyed it. My class loves stories, and I'm so glad, because as much as I love like YouTube and all those online stories that are available, I love reading myself, and so I really like to get them to love reading too. So after we read our book and watched our clip, we had so much knowledge that then I wanted to do like a short writing piece My class is currently not able to like do a paragraph without it being scaffolded. You could just tell that like with COVID, like, and them coming back in person so late in the year, they just didn't get those tools and that independence this year as much as I wish they had. So I've been really trying to like scaffold the writing and just expose them more and more to it with what we are doing in class. So today we started with a can, have, and are, and we just kind of took the ideas from the class. So we had talked like about what dinosaurs can do, what they have, and then what they are. So we did this as a whole group. I had them help me sound out the words. I did spell them correctly, partly because this class even has a hard time of copying. So I've just been really focusing on them looking up at something on the board that I have projected and then copying it onto their paper, because if we can't do that, then focusing on copying and spelling is going to be even harder. So our main focus right now has just been working on that like eye coordination and focusing of like see it on the board after discussion and then copying it onto paper. So they then held on to this, and we had a little book that was also from Kindergarten Life's pack, and it was awesome because it had science, it had math, it had writing, it had so many resources in it, which was great. So I'm just gonna kind of like, I love to go on Pinterest and look for ideas for, there's a fly, I'm sorry. I love to go on Pinterest and look for ideas for crafts, and me and my aide, Mrs. Zagashi, had found so many cool ones for this week, so I'm so stoked for Dinosaur Week. So our can, have, and are, we then extended it, and this book broke it all down, which typically in a normal classroom, like in a normal kindergarten year, I would have did it to where like within our paragraph we had a topic sentence for dinosaurs, and then we had said like dinosaurs can this, dinosaurs have this, dinosaurs are this, and then a closing sentence. But these kids are just not ready for that, of like a whole paragraph. So we broke it down into this book, and it was like the perfect opportunity to. So for the first one, I completely modeled the whole sentence. I showed them how we pulled dinosaurs for the spelling. Like, I really want them to learn to use the tools that are in front of them. If you see something spelled the right way on your paper, like, then when you're writing a sentence, I should see the exact perfect spelling. So it's getting them to use those tools that they have in front of them. So we pulled the dinosaurs, we pulled can, and then we pulled one of these, and they copied the one that I did. Then for our next sentence, I show them again how to use their chart to have the dinosaurs and the have, and then this time I let them pick the last part of the sentence. So they got to pick any of the choices that we had as a class. And then for the absolute last sentence, when we discussed dinosaurs are, mine was blank, and they had to completely independently give me the whole sentence of dinosaurs are, and then they picked something from the chart. And it was a lot more difficult for them than I thought it was going to be. There was only 3 out of the 12 that can completely do it independently, which was like so sad. But at the same time, it also showed me like what we really need to work on. So for like our last 2 weeks of summer school, we're going to really do like a big focus on our writing and everything. But for this week, I'm not going to tell you everything that I have planned. You'll have to watch the whole video to see. But we will get deeper into dinosaurs. I want to do some fun stuff with dinosaur eggs. We're going to talk about paleontology, what happened to the dinosaurs, and about fossils. So stay tuned for our whole week. Happy Tuesday, you guys. I honestly don't have too much dinosaur type stuff planned today. We're going to kind of review like what we did yesterday, our can, have, are, and then we're going to do kind of like some math centers. I want to do this graphing activity today that I'll show you guys later on. And all of this is because we only have 7 more days of summer school left, so I really need to like hustle my butt and get all my stuff here that's still in my garage. I think I'm so used to like having my own code for the school and having keys that I haven't like asked for a code yet to come in on the weekend, just because I want to really try to not start those bad habits of like spending my whole weekend at school because I've been doing so good. So I will like at some point, because I need to bring my big furniture, but for the most part, like I've been able to get so many things done like during my work day, and I've been so productive, so that's really helped. which during the school year with my teacher bestie here, let's just be honest, it's not always gonna happen. But we're hoping we'll be able to make each other be productive. So let me show you what my plan is for the next couple of days. So I know I had told you guys about my wardrobes, and I did get that one all cleaned out. And then I had also snagged this wardrobe. So yesterday I spent, I had my aide here yesterday, so she kind of ran our art project, which was amazing, for the afternoon. So it gave me time to like go through all of the cubby holes. You can see I took my nails off too, because when I'm moving stuff, whoa, sorry. When I'm moving stuff, I just don't want to deal with broken nails and stuff. So like a lot of my big furniture I'll be bringing this week. So, and while I'm moving stuff and cleaning stuff, I just don't want nails on. Like, I just feel like that's so gross. So I went through yesterday, I cleaned them all out. On the other side, like I could put labels right there, but I'm gonna make my own pretty labels that's gonna go with the rest of the decor in the room. So stay tuned for that. So yesterday I like compiled a list of all the supplies I'm gonna keep in there. So that's gonna kind of be my thing today, that like the stuff that I already have here, I'm gonna start putting it into the cubby holes. And then I'm so OCD to where once I get all my supplies in here, I'm then gonna alphabetize it. So that's the next goal. So I'm gonna work on getting the supplies that I do have in the room already all organized today. So that's gonna be like my main focus. So right now I'm loving our dinosaur theme, but I really need to work on these skills. So I'm loving our dinosaur theme, but I really do want to take advantage of my time here. I'm trying to like learn to do that. Like, just to be honest, I'm like typically that person where I focus so much on the children in the room, like when I'm here, that then I take so much work home. And not at all that I'm like going to detach myself from the children, but I do need to learn to be like utilize my school time better, if that makes sense. Hopefully you can relate. And if you have any tips, like please give them, because I need them so badly. So you can see I just have like all this randomness on my desk. I did bring my stem center cabinet drawer system, whatever. I don't even know what it's called. It's not one of those cube ones. It's from like IKEA. It's the Trofast. Yes, it's the Trofast. So I did bring that today, and it's so heavy. Thank goodness my son was here, and thank goodness the school has carts, because that was great. When you're trying to record, but excuse me while I tackle her. I'm trying to record my videos for this afternoon, but my pumpkin is all in the grill. So, well, this is the best thing about teacher mom life, is having them here with me, I must say. Okay, so for today, I've had like these books out here, like all my dinosaur books. Ta-da! There's not tons, but whatever selection I could find that was like not packed up and everything, I did bring. Can you scoot over a little bit, baby, so they could see all the books?
There's 11 books.
There's 11, she said. So my class has kind of been looking at them like the past couple of days, so they were excited to really read some of them. So the one that they wanted to read the most, and I don't know if it's because like we're at school, but they wanted to read the most, How Do Dinosaurs Go to School? So today we read, during our rotations today, we read How Do Dinosaurs Go to School? It's by Jane Yolen and Mark T. From Scholastic. It was such a good one. It goes over school rules, both ones that you should not do and then ones that you should do as well. So it was a good review for some of the kids, especially that I get from other classes that could very much review those rules, and there's always kids that can review those rules, so it was very good to do. We also did earlier in my own class, we had talked about certain species of dinosaurs yesterday. So today in this book, this one is like a little more advanced than my kinder kids can do, but what we did with it, and this is kind of always a good idea to do with like a book that's kind of advanced for your kiddos, For this one, it would show the T-Rex page, so I would tell them like different facts about the T-Rex without saying that it was the T-Rex, and then they had to guess which dinosaur I was talking about. So then we also did a craft today. Let me show you how it was. Fun with this. It was this T-Rex paper bag craft. So it came with like the head, the body, and then the tail. We had very explicitly, like I had mentioned before, that we are very much working on like following directions of like this is how we cutting on the lines. They're very lazy in their cutting, to where they just like wanted to cut around it. They didn't want to cut the teeth. So I made sure I had extra today because I told them I didn't want no lazy bone Joneses in here. And I wanted them to give their best effort. So there was a couple of them that I did have them start over because I really wanted them to practice. But they had so much fun with these. And then afterwards, we did like a dinosaur stomp. Check this out. Okay, if you've ever done Go Noodle, the cuckoo kangaroo, them my boys. So we did this dino stomp today. You gotta listen, it's great, I promise. Okay, so the dino stomp was such a hit, and I had a hard time finding the cuckoo kangaroo on Go Noodle like I used to, but on YouTube they still have the video, so if you're looking for it, head over to YouTube. We also did a graph today, so all my friends were given these pictures of the dinosaurs. They graphed them, and then some of my friends even had a hard time with that, so this is where I had differentiated it. So some of them I left it as that, and then others that were ready for the challenge, I did then push them to complete this, and I did that with some of them while my aide Mrs. Agashi had like helped the other friends finish up like the cutting and pasting. So it is like very varied in the different levels, but we did accommodate to all the levels. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to like do some more of these kind of things to get them ready, because this they should have all been able to complete so easily by now. All right, we have very fun and exciting dino stuff coming up though, so be sure to stay tuned. Day 3 coming at you. You guys, it's an overcast day here in Vegas, so I'm taking advantage by moving some of my craft into school today. Making this time. Happy days. Summer school's almost over, so I'm trying to get, okay, there we go. Summer school's almost over, so I'm trying to get as much as I can moved in that I've like already went through. I've actually been cleaning a lot of stuff out. I'm so proud of myself. So yes, happy moving. All right, you guys, it's day 3 of our dinosaur week. I have to admit to you, I've been super tired this week. Like, I'm hitting the point of I'm ready for summer. Or I think I'm like watching everyone like get super organized for next school year, or just starting their curriculum, or they're decorating or printing their stuff, and it's like making me like, I just can't wait to be home to work on like all the things for next year. So I didn't go like as deep into the dinos as I would have liked to, so now I feel like I'm definitely gonna have to like have a do-over. But we still did some dino stuff today, so here's a look into what we did. It was also raining today in Las Vegas, which doesn't happen often, and it didn't rain all day. It was like a little sprinkle in the morning, which made it very nice, because then we actually had 2 recesses today, which I was so excited about, because last week it was like 1:15, 1:17, so we could not do any recess. So we did an indoor one, of course, but it's so nice when the kids could get outside, so I was very appreciative of that today. The other craft that my aide planned today was fantastic. We used paper plates. They got to paint their dinos, and then we used like toilet paper roll and cut it in half, and they came out so cute. They were able to choose either a brontosaurus, a triceratops, or a stegosaurus. And I don't think anyone in my class did the stegosaurus, actually. Yeah, they all did a brontosaurus, triceratops. Someone in the other class did a stegosaurus, but they were so adorable. And the paint was good, because we've been trying to find things that will take up like the whole half hour that they're here. So we'll usually do like a story and a craft, and it's like perfect time for like the half-hour sessions that we run in the afternoon. I've been super busy the last couple days, just bringing my supplies in, getting them organized. So I know I had told you guys earlier this week that I had like cleaned all this out. So I cleaned it out. My supplies that I have here, I've been slowly starting to put it all in here. I typed up today all of my labels. Oh, let me show you what they look like. They're so cute. So Stephanie Nash has the cutest rainbow decor. So today I decided to use these. So I was working very hard today to get all of these up there. The font that I'm using is an AG. It's called AG Talk to the Hand. Absolutely love it. I did make it bold because I like it. It's like font 60 I found like fit perfectly. And then ones that were like a little longer, I just did them like this. It is driving me a little bit crazy, but I did want to stick to these labels just because they fit so perfectly on the things that I'm going to put them on, which are, hand. But they do fit so perfectly here without taking up like the entire thing, if that makes sense. So I'm excited for those. I'm going to print them tonight, so I'm going to show you what those look like tomorrow. And I don't know if you're wondering, but if you're wondering how I pick my font, what I will do is I will print a like generic copy like this with all the different font choices that I'm liking, and then once I print it, I kind of like hold it up and just kind of see what I like to look at, because I love a bold font, but sometimes I feel like there is a such thing as too much bold, and especially when you're gonna have multiple of something, if that makes sense. So that was the direction that made me choose that one. All right, you guys, it's day 4 of Dinos, and we had like the most epic day. So we started our day talking about paleontologist, and I explained to the kids what a paleontologist was. The SciShow had a really good video on YouTube about paleontologist. So it kind of was going to lead up into all the fossil stuff that we're going to do tomorrow. So I'm super excited about that stuff. And then we created a little book about a paleontologist. This was in a really good pack that I had found, so it was like a little decodable that they could put together, and we had practiced reading it all together. They got to color it. It was awesome. This afternoon we had tons of fun. So if you've never known, if you Google like an animal, dinosaur, any kind of species, and you scroll down, like right under where it has like the Wikipedia and just like basic information, it'll say view in 3D. So if you click on that, it'll encourage you to download the Google app, and if you do, you could see any of the animals in 3D. It is so cool. So we did it with dinosaurs today, and the kids were beside themselves, and I can't wait to share the pictures with their parents on Dojo. We got to see Tyrannosaurus Rex life-size, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, a raptor. It was the coolest thing ever. We had so much fun with it, and even the teachers did too. It was awesome. So you want to go to Google, type in whatever dinosaur animal you want to see in 3D. When you scroll down, you'll see this view in 3D. You want to click on it. After you do, it'll bring you to the page with the, in my case, a Tyrannosaurus, and you want to click on View in your space with Google App. Once you're in your space that you want to put your animal, you're just going to move your phone around, and then your creature is going to pop up. Oh, there's my T-Rex next to my son's. You can move it wherever you want to. You could shrink it, but of course you want to try to keep it as much as possible to like its realistic size. And you can see it says there, view actual size. They do make noises, which is really cool. And we were just having fun with this, so there they are, running from the dinosaur. Here are some of the other dinos my class checked out. We wrapped up our day with our rotations today, and during our rotations, we made a volcano. So we did it 3 times for each of our rotations, and by the 3rd time, we were volcano making champions. And so what we did was we formed it with salt dough. So we kind of just eyed it. We really didn't like measure it out. So I'm gonna show you with my own kids how we did these salt dough volcanoes. Okay, so for this experiment, we needed a mixing bowl, measuring spoon, some flour. We got some salt going on over here, white vinegar, baking soda. red food coloring, and we took a water bottle and we cut the top of it, and this is what's going to help us form our volcano. Okay, so I honestly just eyed this. There are recipes like on Pinterest, but I just eyed it. So we kind of put some flour. I think it's like a 6-to-1 ratio of flour to salt. So we had our flour. After the flour, I put in the salt. And then when we did this with the kids, I had the kids mix this part before I added the water. So the kids are gonna, everybody's gonna get a turn. Go ahead.
Wait, it's my birthday.
All right, birthday boy gets to go first. So, oh yeah, marbles from last week. So if you followed me along the rest of my journeys, last week we did craters, so I used the rest of the flour for the volcano. So it ended up being a perfect going from like space and the craters to volcanoes, because then I was able to reuse the flour. And then during class, I gave each of the kids a turn to mix the water then too.
No, it smells like.
Okay, so while they're finishing mixing, I have these awesome trays from IKEA. They're super, super cheap, and I love them because I usually use them in my STEM center, but they have this lip on them. So it's really good because for this volcano, it'll be able to erupt, but still keep it contained.
I got it.
So you can kind of tell when you have enough flour, because when you start to mix it, it'll give you less of a gooey and more of a dough, like if you were baking type of look. Okay, so I told you earlier, we're going to use this tray and this water bottle. So I'm just placing it in the middle so that we could keep the mess centralized. And what we do is we're going to take our whole salt dough creation, and I'm going to wrap it around.
It now looks like slime a little bit.
It does look a little bit about slime. So we probably could have used more flour.
Oh, that's the mountain.
So this, we just use it to create
a mountain.
our volcano.
That's the mountain for it.
Yeah.
I'm touching it and it's so sticky.
And then what we did was, in the bowl that I had taken some extra flour.
Put it in the cup.
Hold on, Mama. And I had put it in the bowl next to me, and then I had let each of the kids, just so they could get a turn with like creating the volcano, they took some of the flour, sprinkled it in their hands, and then they got to like pat the volcano.
Did they take it home?
No, we did it just like this. So the more flour you use, it kind of helps it like harden up and keeps the structure a little bit. All right, our volcano is made. Okay, so you can see the water bottle is like our center. This is where we'll add all of the baking soda and vinegar. There we go. Mama, move.
Not going down.
Okay, so next comes our baking soda, and I'm gonna sprinkle some inside, just to kind of fill the bottom of the volcano. You want like a decent amount in there. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Our next step, we are gonna add our food coloring drops. So I had put on average like 4 to 5 drops. You want it to have like that red color. All right, Manny's over here chilling
On the table.
Callie's hiding over there. Josh is over here anticipating. He doesn't believe in my volcano. All right, here we go. Are we ready?
Yeah. Imagine it, guys.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Yeah, so it was super cool. Josh, pour in the rest.
Whoa! Can I feel it?
Don't. Ew! So much fun.
Dad.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. Just kidding. Welcome back to my channel. It is day 5. We did Dinosaur Day. And you guys, I would love to find someone that does music to like remake the whole like Miss Frizzle thing. Beep beep. Can this be a normal field trip? With the Jaeger? No way! Dun, 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 dun. No? Okay. It was a good thought, but I would love to do that, seriously. I made like a TikTok for it and it was so cute. And if you haven't checked it out, you need to. But today we had so much fun with our dinosaur stuff. I had my assistant, Mrs. Agashi, here with me this week, and I was so thankful. I don't know if you noticed, like earlier in the week, I was just like, my allergies were so bad. Like the Vegas weather was so bipolar. We were like 117 one day, 80s the next day, and my new school, we're like very close to the mountains, and so it's like we feel all the weather, whether it's windy, rainy, like we get it all. So I think my allergies, like just adjusting, I was just so congested earlier this week. So I'm like, I was looking back at some of the footage and I'm like such a hot mess. So I'm sorry you have to even look at that, but thanks for sticking through to day 5. So today we did loads of cool dino stuff. Like yesterday was so much fun with our virtual reality and the other stuff that we did. But today was the day. By the afternoon, I was so whooped. The teachers like ordered pizza for lunch, and it was like such a great idea, but then I just wanted to I was in a food coma, straight up. No sugarcoating, I was in a food coma. So today, we did 2 different sets of rotations. So we did rotations in the morning and in the afternoon. That's how many like fun activities we had. So this morning, we had the kids do a dino out of Q-tips. The kids, Mrs. Agashi made this like Tyrannosaurus Rex mouth, and it said like feed me, and the kids got to throw like squishy balls into it. They pretended to be paleontologists at 2 different stations. So one of those stations, I had sand and I had like some bones in it that were like these. I got these at the party store, by the way. And they had to like go digging for the bones. And then the other paleontology station, the kids, with the chocolate chip cookies, they dug out the chocolate chip cookies. I didn't let them eat those ones. I did give them fresh ones to eat. And then we papered machéed dino eggs. Let me show you all this fun. It was awesome. It was epic. My favorite part, I always like to do it during specials, so that like when they come in the morning, it's like very nice and calm, and then when they're at specials, I'm like boom, and I bang it out, and then when they get back from specials, their face is like, oh my gosh, like it's great. It's my favorite thing every week. Okay, my paper mache eggs, we had to let them dry, so they're drying up on the top of the wardrobe because we didn't want anyone to mess with them during our rotations this afternoon. So yeah, they did so good.
Mine is definitely
mine. We're digging for chocolate chips.
digging for like chocolate chip bones.
Digging for chocolate. You found some dino bones?
I didn't. I only found 2.
Oh man.
I found 4 stuff.
Okay, so the chocolate chip cookie thing was super easy. I got the chewy cookies. In the past when I've done this, I did the regular Chips Ahoy, and it was like very hard for them to get the chocolate chips out. So the chewy ones were like perfect because they were able to use like the different tools that I gave them to like break the cookie down and like truly take out the chocolate chips. So these were perfect. Go for the chewy. also did these Brontosaurus today with the Q-tips, and they did really good. This one used a lot of glue. This one was like perfect. Awesome job they did. Of course, we had to do the salt dough fossils. Some turned out better than others. And the amazingness that Mrs. Agashi is, she literally like just did this last night, put this all together. They would stand, I just put these sit spots on the floor, and they would just stand at the sit spot and take the balls. They would throw them in. They got 6 tries since there were 6 balls, and then they would go to collect them all and then put them back, and then it would be the next person's turn. It was awesome. We also made these awesome dino hats today, which I didn't take too much recording like while we were doing them, but I am gonna like sneak in some footage and photos along the way of what they were. And I don't know if it's just because we were so tired by the afternoon, but they were way harder than I thought they were gonna be, or just time consuming. Like I really thought the kids were gonna be so quick with it, and our first group had a really hard time. And I don't know if like me and Mrs. Agashi, like as we did it, like our third rotation, like we were fine with it, but like the first couple, the first was a struggle. Thank you so much for joining us on our dinosaur adventure. If you have any other great ideas that we could do next time, I know for sure I need a dinosaur costume in my life. So that's gonna be definitely an investment I make over the next year, so I cannot wait to do dinosaurs again. If you have any other great ideas or things you would like to see in the next video, make sure you drop them below. And until next time, Gangers out.